Hello friends, welcome to iExamB. I'm Satakshi and I'm your English faculty at iExamB, and in this video we will discuss about the strategy that you should adopt while appearing for your AFO Prelims examination, and this strategy will be for English section, right? So your AFO exam will be somewhere towards the end of this year, and since you have some time in hand, make sure that you make the best use of this time if you want to fare well in this exam. Now friends, about the pattern, we all know that English language, reasoning and quant, right, all these subjects have 50 questions, right? But here the marks of English section are 25, whereas for others it is 50, right? Now when we talk about the cutoff, let us see the cutoff and then we will analyze something important. The cutoff has been, you know, in the recent year 5.75 for English section, where only 25 marks, this carried only 25 marks, right? So this shows us that actually you have to score really well in English section, because out of 25 marks, you know, 5.75 need to be scored, right? Here the cutoff in other sections is actually less as compared to English, right? So you have to make sure that you prepare for English very, very diligently, and some kind of hard work is required. Right, now let us analyze the kinds of questions that came that have been coming, in fact, since past many years in English section. All right, so this is the breakup in front of you. In 2018, 19, 20, 21, we have seen reading comprehension all those years, and you can see that the number of questions based on reading comprehension has increased. This number has gone up significantly, right? So you have to take care that you know, reading comprehension is something that you must not skip and definitely attempt, right? Then secondly, it is sentence rearrangement or para jumbles. Most of you may be knowing it by the name of para jumbles, right? So this is also one kind where, you know, it requires not a lot of knowledge of grammar, but then it is doable. And the good point of sentence rearrangement is that when you have reached to one order, one sequence, then on the basis of that sequence you can answer 5 questions, right? So you have to solve only once, and then you can get marks equal to you know, 5 those of 5 questions, right? So this is also a very, very important and very much doable, right, part. Then coming to word swapping, extremely important, considering that it has been coming regularly since past 5 years, right? This year also, like in past year also, we saw some questions, and also you can expect a little variation in the pattern. As such, in swapping, what happens is exchange of positions, right, of words happens, exchange, but you may also expect this to be rearrangement kind, as in 5 words may be given, and in option some orders may be given, B, A, D, E, C, something like this, right? So these kind of orders you need to select. So word swapping and rearrangement, we keep on discussing these patterns in the class, so make sure that you attempt, you know, and practice questions of these kind. Very much doable, less grammar involved, right? So grammar, if your grammar is weak point, focus on word swapping, sentence rearrangement, your reading comprehension, your close, match the columns, your idioms, correct word usage, right? These are, so these are the parts that you should focus on if your grammar is weak, all right? And if you have the advantage of having a good grammar, then fill in the blanks, error detection, also connectors, right, sentence improvement. These are the types where you know, your where your grammar knowledge actually helps you a lot, right? So now when we talk about other patterns, fill in the blanks, definitely you must do. Also, having said about fill in the blanks, this fill in the blanks can also be based on idioms, and since past few years we are seeing phrasal verbs, right, in some or the other form, not particularly in your specialist officer, but in IBPS PO and clerk, right? So make sure that you do phrasal. Don't ignore phrasal verbs and idioms. We tend to think that okay, this is very easy, we can do it at the last moment, but then eventually we have to do it. We don't have to just leave it for the end and forget about it altogether. Don't do that. Make sure that you revise, learn and practice idiom and phrasal verbs based questions, right? Then again, for error detection, rules of grammar, very important. If you don't understand all of grammar, if you don't want to get deep into it, you may study rules of grammar, but because you have time in hand, it will give you better clarity, and you can use your time every day to solve and study some of the rules, right? Then connectors, very important. Study it on the basis of, as such, which connectors are used when we are linking, for linking the sentences, for addition of information. There are some connectors that we use to compare and or to show contrast. There are few which we use to show similarity. This kind of segregation, make sure that you have from wherever you are studying. Make sure that this kind of segregation has been done there, and then your questions, your concept will be clear and you will be able to solve questions correctly, right? Then again, close passage, we all know this is something very easy, not very difficult. So make sure that you practice these questions. Match the column, not at all grammar required. Very little basic knowledge of grammar will also help you solve these questions. Do not skip this part, right? Now all these correct word usage is one thing. You may not understand it by name, but in this pattern, one word is given and 3 sentences using those words are given, right? And here options are given something like this: only 1, only 2. This means that you have to select, and also options can be both 1 and 2, something like this, both 1 and 2, right? So you have to see that where or which sentences use this given word correctly, right? So that will be your answer. So these kind of questions also we practice a lot in the class, but these are present in a few of your mock tests also, right? So what you do is go to your previous year papers or any of the accessible mock tests, and then there you can practice these questions. A very good feature of iExamB mocks is that you can attempt a particular kind of question. Suppose if there are 50 questions in one mock test, you can very well go and practice 10 questions, say based on the topic of your choice, correct word usage and word swapping, say, and then submit the mock test, analyze it, and if any other day you need to practice the mock again, you can anytime attempt or choose the reattempt option. Right? In that way, you can attempt the same mock again and again, and you can try with different questions. So solve only 10 questions at once, then close the test, analyze your feedback, and then again study some other chapter from your end, and then you can visit the same mock and practice some other type of questions, right? So in this way, make most use of the questions and the mocks that are provided to you. So friends, for this video, I think this is all that you should know as of now. When it will come to studying, right, studying by yourself, make sure that every day you are reading one article, as an editorial will be your best bet, because that will also help you gain some knowledge and also help you build your grammar, right? And also your vocabulary, of course. So read one editorial every day. Make sure you study rules of grammar. Rules of grammar, actually, if you want to study, you need to study what? Parts of speech, right? So anywhere where parts of speech are given, that you have to study. From this, friends, practicing sentence rearrangement, word swapping, then match the column, these kind of questions, the practice is what will make you perfect. So make sure you attempt as many mocks as possible and get ready to score really well in your IBPS AFO Prelims examinations, right? This is all for the video, friends. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please do. Please press the bell icon so that you get the updates of all the videos that we bring for you. If you have any doubt related to the exam, to the course, our offerings, anything related to the exam, you can always visit us on our website, write to us at hello@iexamb.com or call on the number given on the screen.